The 7 words, understanding radical forgiveness. The crucifixion of Jesus presents us with 7 recorded statements that reveal something unprecedented about human consciousness under extreme duress. These aren't the words of a detached mystic transcending suffering, but of someone fully present to physical agony and spiritual crisis while maintaining radical compassion. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do, remains the most revolutionary statement ever made. Jesus speaks these words not after his ordeal, when forgiveness might come easier, but in real time as the torture unfolds. The reasoning he offers, they do not know what they do, suggests he sees his executioner's cruelty as fundamentally rooted in ignorance rather than malice. They believe they're eliminating a threat, unaware they're destroying something beyond their comprehension. This forgiveness emerges not from weakness, but from a consciousness that can hold paradox without breaking. The subsequent statements reveal the full range of human experience. Today you will be with me in paradise, shows promise extending beyond death. Woman, behold your son, demonstrates love manifesting as practical care even while dying. I thirst acknowledges physical need without shame. The 4th statement, my God, why have you forsaken me, and deserves particular attention. Rather than representing a moment of faith collapsing, these words quote Psalm 22, which begins in lament but ends in triumph. Even in what appears to be his darkest moment, Jesus operates from scriptural pattern and prophetic understanding. This suggests he experienced the complete dark night of the soul, genuine spiritual desolation and abandonment, while remaining anchored in larger meaning. The final declarations, it is finished, and Father, into your hands I commend my spirit, represent completion and surrender, not defeat. Throughout this progression, one choice remains consistent. Despite having access to violent resistance, his followers were armed and ready. Jesus chose suffering over retaliation. These 7 statements map the full spectrum of consciousness under ultimate pressure. Physical awareness, I thirst; relational love, caring for his mother; spiritual crisis, feeling forsaken; theological understanding, prophetic fulfillment; and divine perspective, forgiveness and promise, all coexist without canceling each other out. What makes this remarkable isn't the supernatural aspect, but the psychological feat of maintaining coherent compassion while experiencing complete breakdown. Modern psychology recognizes that extreme trauma typically fragments consciousness, making integrated response nearly impossible. Yet here we see someone holding multiple levels of awareness simultaneously, human and divine, abandoned and trusting, suffering and forgiving. The implications extend beyond religious doctrine. These passages demonstrate that radical forgiveness isn't about ignoring harm or transcending human experience, but about understanding the ignorance that drives cruelty while remaining fully present to its effects. It suggests consciousness can expand to hold both victimization and compassion without requiring the victim to minimize their suffering. This model of forgiveness challenges our usual frameworks. We typically think forgiveness requires either time, healing first, forgiving later, or detachment, rising above the situation. But Jesus demonstrates forgiveness as immediate, embodied response that neither denies harm nor demands retaliation. The 7 words reveal consciousness operating at its highest capacity under its worst conditions, proof that radical love isn't naive idealism, but the most sophisticated response available to aware beings facing ultimate darkness.